The fourth dimension of the covenant of God is the covenant of supernatural protection. It says, I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. And this is financial protection, relational protection, territorial protection. Malachi says he will rebuke the devourer on your behalf. The fifth dimension of the covenant is the covenant of seed, a generational covenant. In you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. This is the covenant of legacy. It is the prophecy that in Jesus and the new covenant, it's an inheritance that we received being the Abram seed. God's covenant isn't just in words. It is proven in manifestation of the covenant. Right after God made this covenant with Abram, it was manifested physically. Are you with me? Genesis 13 verse 2, it says, and Abram, remember the covenant was made in Genesis 12. Look at Genesis 13 verse 2. And Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. And this is not symbolic wealth, not spiritual wealth. Don't be dumb. This was literal wealth. You're supposed to prosper spiritually, but you're supposed to prosper physically as well. When the Bible speaks of livestock, in our days we call it business assets. A successful career, a profitable business, multiple income streams, investments that grow, skills that produce financial increase, open doors and opportunities. This is your portion according to Abram's covenant that God made with him. Number 2 is the silver. This means you in this day and age must have buying power, currency. A healthy bank account, consistent income, bills paid on time, Christians. You want to be blessed but you don't pay your bills. You're a bad steward. No sleepless nights over finances. This is your portion. The ability to give freely, the ability to save, and the absence of lack. So when God says gold for you in today, it means long-term wealth. You're supposed to have long-term wealth. Stability and generational value is supposed to be yours. That means ownership of properties, investment, assets that appreciate, inheritance, wisdom to build generational wealth. Why? Why do you need all these things? And why is all these things possible for you as a believer? Because covenant prosperity is tangible prosperity. God, let me say this clear. Listen to this now. God is not allergic to wealth. God is not allergic to wealth. Religion is allergic to wealth, not God. All the silver and all the gold belongs to Him. Religion says wealth is dangerous. God says wealth is covenant. Now here, let's go deeper a bit. Now let's see where this covenant was actually inaugurated, if I can say it like that. In Genesis 15, the covenant is ratified. God tells Abram He will give him descendants and land. And Abram asked him, but how will I know? How will I know that you will do this for me? And God responded by performing a covenant ceremony, the ancient blood bath covenant. And we go more into this in the weeks to come that you'll understand exactly what happened. But I'm just going to read it for you in short. And this was a covenant under the Old Testament. In the New Testament, God responded with Jesus, the living covenant in flesh and in blood. In ancient world, when two people made a blood covenant, animals were cut in half. Both parties walked in between the pieces of the animal. Are you with me? You need to see the secret this morning. The covenant is unbreakable because God sworn by Himself. Let's have two people that can be in covenant. Okay, bring the two boldies here. See, I'm growing my hair for you guys that you can feel this at least here in this church. So, in other words, if these two people made a covenant, let's say this is Abram and this is God. And God says to Abram, listen, I will bless your descendants, I'll give you land, and I'll do this, and I'll do this, and all the world will be blessed. Now they make a covenant. If it was man with God, it would have looked like this. man and God would cut the animals together, and the animals be spread out like this, and they will walk through it. And what happens then is, the one that breaks this covenant, what will happen with him is what happened with the animals. Yet God did not make the covenant with Abram. He made the covenant for Abram. With who did God make the covenant? With himself. God made this covenant with himself. So that means this covenant cannot be broken at all. No matter what you do.
Thank you so much for watching today's broadcast. We're so glad you've joined us. Whether you're watching live or catching the replay, know that you are part of something bigger. Take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a moment of what God is doing. As you receive from this ministry, we want to encourage you to give. Your generosity helps us continue to reach people, impact communities, and spread the gospel around the world. There are many ways to give, whether through SnapScan, EFT, or directly on our website. Every seed you sow helps us advance the kingdom and makes a lasting impact. Thank you for being part of our family, and we can't wait to connect with you again.